Passportbros, your ultimate travel companion. Download the app for free and embark on a journey where your adventures not only become unforgettable memories, but also opportunities to earn. With Passportbros, your travel content is more than just photos and videos. It's your ticket to a fully monetizable network of like-minded adventurers. Imagine making money from your travel stories. Post videos, share your experiences, and let the world be a part of your journey. But that's not all. Connect with around the globe, join co-ed groups and make lasting friendships, perhaps even with foreign women who share your passion for exploration. And here's the best part. Store your earnings securely in your Passportbros wallet. No hassle, no worries. Just seamless transactions wherever your travels take you. Looking for the best local experiences? Passportbros got you covered. Get personalized recommendations for tour guides, rentals, and the hottest clubs in town. Did we mention the app is absolutely free to download? That's right. Your passport to a world of adventure is just a click away. And here on top, with Passportbros, you can make money while exploring new places. Turn your passion for travel into a source of income, right from your mobile device. So what are you waiting for? Download Passportbros now. Share your journey, connect with fellow explorers.
Download App Store and Google Play.
And we are live. Welcome, family, to another show. I got my man B-Dub in the house.
Oh man, thank you very much, and appreciate you having me back on today.
Most definitely, man. I wanted to bring him back on the show because he said some real things on last. I think it was like yesterday's show, actually. Yesterday's show, the day before. Asking more, kind of get out what he was trying to express on as far as his experience on why he would not return back to Colombia. So I wanted to bring him on so we can kind of get we can get a full scope of what exactly he's saying. Let Zone.
To Jargon. So
To your zone, yes.
As I stated before, I've been to Colombia twice. So the first time was when I met you, and on that particular trip, I got drugged. Okay, and the thing is that I don't think a lot of your audience understands how organized crime or even how intelligence agencies work. For example, there's this term called IDD. It means infiltration, deception, and disinformation. But what I want to do is spend a few minutes talking about the I and the first D, infiltration and deception. And in no country in the world, I've been to 40 countries, is the infiltration and deception as strong as it is in Colombia. And what I mean by that is for people that you meet, girls that you meet or friends that you meet in Colombia, they're smart. They've evolved. They're going to play the long game. And unfortunately, that's what happened to two. He knew this girl for 6 to 8 months, guys. He wasn't just down there tricking with a new girl that he met. So when I see these comments, it hurts my heart. It infuriates me. He was an awesome man, one of the sweetest people you could ever meet. He was talented. He was smart. He could dance. He could sing. He could act. There wasn't anything he couldn't do. And he fought for social justice. Okay. Two had achieved more in his 50 years on the world than most of you will ever achieve in 7 or 8 lifetimes. So you guys need to stop with the negative, nasty things about a man that was a good friend of mine who I loved and got murdered in a savage, heinous way. So that's the first thing. Okay. So that's one of the first reasons of why I wouldn't return back to Colombia. The infiltration and the deception there is better than any place I've even been. And I've been and lived in the Ukraine. Okay. Believe me, I got some stories for you from all over the world, but nothing compares in my life to what I've personally experienced in Colombia. I told you I've been twice. Okay. I met 2 in Medellin. Guess what? He's no longer here anymore. Okay. I
Mhm.
met the guy that I told you in Santa Marta, and 3 days later, he was in a cab coming back to the hotel approximately 1 o'clock in the morning. He was shot in the head. And the reason why the police knew to come to the hotel of where he was staying is because he had the wristband on his right wrist. Okay. So, what are the
Mhm.
odds for you guys that have math education and extreme mathematics? What are the odds of meeting 2 people in a country that are no longer here and you've only been to the country twice? So far, every time I go, there's a
Mhm.
murder of someone that I know or have met. Okay. I can tell you in Santa Marta, I almost in Cartagena, I almost got kidnapped. I kept telling the cab driver to stop. And I saw all of these people coming out of the woodworks at night. I was like, oh man, something's getting ready to happen. I had to jump out of the taxi cab at 40 miles an hour. And thank God the previous month before I had watched YouTube and I knew that if a situation happened, how to jump out of the cab so that I didn't break my face, break my arms. I knew how to jump out of a cab and roll at 40 miles an hour. And then the guys started chasing me on bikes. I was literally running barefoot and lost my freaking sandals because I was wearing sandals and I had to run into a top hotel. Okay. No,
Okay, so hold on.
I can't be more serious than what I'm telling you. This was in Cartagena. Okay. Santa Marta.
Be
Oh,
done.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I want to know. Just take it back to that story one more time. How did that come about? Like, how you was in a random taxi in Cartagena, and
Oh,
what happened now?
yeah, I was in Cartagena. Once again, I thought I knew some people. I met and known them for a little bit on my trip. And they're like,
Mhm.
oh, let's go to this club. And it was outside of the main historic center. But man, the streets started getting dark and I started seeing all these people pop out of nowhere. And I was like, this doesn't seem right. And I kept telling the cab driver to stop, to stop. And she wouldn't do it. I was like, oh, so yeah, this something's getting ready to go down. Because usually, if a cab driver is real or legit or has the best intentions for you, they're gonna stop. Nah, she kept going towards this area where people were popping out. I was like, oh hell no! Opened up the cab, jumped out of the cab, and rolled and ran for my life. And they started chasing me on bikes, but I was running so fast that you have never seen a brother run so fast in his life. I was jumping on top of cars, over cars, climbing over fences and crap, and finally found a nice 4 or 5 star hotel. I ran in there. I had already paid for another hotel, but because I was so scared, I paid to stay in that hotel that night, and then had Uber come and pick me up and take me back to my other hotel where I had already paid for. So you guys go on down there and you'll find out. I can't be more serious. I don't even have a YouTube channel. I barely have a Instagram, and BMT can attest to that. I got like 30 or 40 followers. So I have nothing to gain from telling you guys this besides the fact that I can't sleep watching and seeing all of my black brothers getting deleted. It's hurt me so much that I had to come out of the shadows to tell you guys my story and the stuff that happens down there. Okay. So I can tell you another story. Some guys tried to get me in a club in Santa Marta, but it was dark. It didn't have any signature. And the Lord said, Brandon, if you go in there, you are not going to make it out. So I literally ran to the main part of
Mhm.
Santa Marta. Okay. Because this club, supposedly a club, which there was no signage, there was no one on the street, nothing, no traffic, no customers, nothing. And God was like, dude, Brandon, are you crazy? Run for your life. You're not going to make it out of here. Okay. I have never in my life had so
Be
many.
done.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I know we got a small delay, but do you feel like it's certain things you could have done differently to not get into those situations?
I mean, hindsight is always 2020, but that's my point. If you're coming to a country to where you have to be on more point than America, why go? Think about it. Do you see any really big major American companies moving to Medellin and hiring thousands of employees there? No, you don't. And because why? Companies are liable for the safety of their employees. Think about that, guys. No major companies are moving out there and creating thousands of jobs, right? Where's GMC? Where's Ford? Huh? Do you see Elon Musk and Starlink out there and Tesla? Use your head, guys. No major American companies are moving their thousands of employees, are hiring thousands of employees in that country because it's dangerous. So with regards to what I could have done, yeah, I mean, not talk to anyone except expats. Because the couple of times I've tried to actually mingle with people in the country, I almost got probably murdered in Santa Marta. I almost got kidnapped in Cartagena. So yeah, not mess with any of the Colombian people and stick to the American expats. That's probably, if you're going to go down there, what you should do. I don't trust no one in that country. I don't trust no one. It doesn't use Timothy Reed as an example. They're talking about, oh, it's how you move. It's how you move. That's a goddamn lie. Timothy Reed was a successful restaurant owner in Atlanta, Georgia. He moved to Barranquilla, bought a property for $250,000 cash, and the woman that he was dating was the heir. If something happened to him, she would inherit that property. Guess what? He's dead, and they still have not solved that crime. I still haven't seen anybody in jail for that murder, and it's blatant who did it and who's involved in it. Why isn't she arrested? Why isn't she in jail? Why isn't the guy who sold the property to Timothy Reed, why aren't his relatives who he had to kick out of the property been arrested or in jail? It's either the girl or the guy who had the property that sold it to Timothy Reed, his family, killed him. That's the only two people that could have done it. Either his family did it or the girl that was on his title or whatever, title, they call it note to the property, did it. One of the two. Why haven't they been arrested? Why aren't they in jail? The only reason why they arrested the people that murdered my friend Tu is because Tu was a celebrity. The Bush administration knew him. He was friends with Amy Klobuchar, Senator Klobuchar, who was running for Democratic during the last presidential election. He was friends with the mayor of Minneapolis. So that's why, because the pressure was so hard on Colombia that they had to do something. But guess what? Where are all the other people, black people that have been murdered? Show me their sentences of the people that have been caught in the sentence that they got. This isn't a joke or a fucking game, guys. I can't be more serious. I've personally had at least 3 or 4 close calls with death in that country, and I've only been there twice. Spend a little bit more money to go somewhere safer. Plenty of places you could go, but you're going there for P for play, P for whatever. That's what you're going there for. Homeboy up here lying that he's a successful businessman and he's going for Spanish. The largest Spanish-speaking population is in Mexico. You share a border with it, homie, in Houston. And evidently you ain't too successful because them gold chains you were wearing were cheap as hell. You're going down there for what?
Vito, you throwing shots, man. Hold on, Vito.
Man, them chains were buy one, get four free. It was the cheapest gold chains I ever seen in my life, talking about he's a successful businessman. Well, if you're really successful and you're used to getting women, no really successful businessman lives in Medellin. They live in Paris. They live in Istanbul. They live in Budapest. They live in Lisbon. They live in Florianopolis, Brazil, and Balneário Camboriú. Okay, 99% of you that are living in Medellin are there for girls, and stop fucking lying to the people watching, because you're irresponsible, you're lying, and you're getting people killed. And as far as I'm concerned, you motherfuckers need to be sued for giving out wrong information and getting your fellow brothers and sisters clapped. Like we don't have enough shit.
B-Dub, hold on for a second now. You're going off. Take us back to when you had your situation when you got drugged. Like, what happened with that?
Oh, good. I'm glad. Thank you for asking that question. I met a girl there who I thought was cool, and we had been kicking it for a few weeks. All right. Met her in Cartagena, right? Mm-hmm. And we went to Medellin after that. All right. And we had been kicking it in Medellin for a while, and she made me breakfast and she made me a fruit smoothie. And I remember drinking that smoothie and just not feeling right. And I went to sleep after that for about a good almost 2 days. Fortunately, it worked out for me. She only stole $200. She could have stolen my laptop and other things. So I'm much luckier in the fact that I lived and she only stole $200. But that's what I'm saying. I got lucky. And I trusted her because we had been kicking it for weeks. And, I'm just not used to that because I've been on this digital nomad life for 12 years. I'm used to living in Australia, New Zealand. I'm not used to being around a bunch of poor ass people. I didn't grow up that way. I grew up in one of the most expensive cities in Los Angeles County. So, I'm just not used to this type of shit. And I had been living in Europe for 8-9 years. I'm not used to this. So I made the mistake of trusting someone and I got drugged. Thank God I lived, and thank God she only took $200, didn't take my laptop and every damn thing else. But
so hold on, let me ask you this, B-Dub. How long did you know her before you brought her to your actual?
Maybe 2 or 3 weeks.
Oh wow. Okay.
That's what I'm saying. IDD, infiltration, deception, disinformation. Now, disinformation is not a part of this, but infiltration and deception is. She infiltrated and she deceived me, and I got drugged and robbed for $200. It could have been a lot worse.
Okay, and did you get law enforcement involved at all? Did you go to police?
Yeah, and guess what? You think she got arrested or in jail or anything happened to her? No. From what I heard, she's in America. Last time I heard.
Okay.
I know people in Cartagena, and I sent pictures of her, and they said, man, she's no longer in Cartagena anymore. Last we heard, she's in America.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So you think real carefully if you want to go to a country where people can drug you, and next thing you know, they're in your country, living the high life, probably doing the same thing they did in Colombia to Americans in Miami, in Atlanta, or wherever she is.
Okay. And so tell us a little bit about your friend too, and exactly how that came about. Because you said he was dating her for like almost 6 months.
Yeah, 6 to 8 months. Again, you guys keep using Tinder and them dating apps. So he met her on Tinder roughly 6 or 8 months ago. He had come to Medellin many times. He was coming every month or every other month. Once again, she infiltrated and deceived him. She played the long game, met him on Tinder. Evidently, she had a boyfriend. 2 was thinking that was his girl. And look, let me tell you guys something. None of you have any girls in Medellin or Cartagena. They're everybody's girl. I'm going to say that again. None of you have a girl in Medellin or Cartagena. She everybody's girl. You know why? Because that same girl would hit me up and try and get me to meet her and her friends in Medellin. And thank God I never went back. 2 kept going, and that was I'm sorry.
You talking about 2's girl?
Correct. I had her number in my phone.
Hold on, B-Dub. Hold on. So the girl that set him up, she also tried to talk to you as well?
Correct.
Wow.
Correct. So that's why I'm
saying to go out with her or something like that, even though
exactly.
that she was dating your friend?
What I'm saying is what happened to 2 was supposed to happen to me. But I never went. because I made it out of that country twice, and the Lord told me, Brandon, I've covered you multiple times. Keep fucking around, and even my grace will not cover you.
Okay, so was you around her at all? Like around both
Well,
of
no,
them?
I mean, well, yeah, I mean, I kicked it with them at that rooftop pool that I sent you. They were actually kicking it at my table where I was sitting. You saw the pictures I sent you.
Okay, do you mind if I show
So,
that?
yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Okay, hold on, let me put that up real
So
quick.
this is how you guys know I'm not lying to you. We were kicking it at that rooftop hotel in Medellin with the pool.
Okay.
Yeah. There's multiple pictures.
That's her.
That's the
Okay, that's
girl
two right
that
there.
set up my boy and got him murdered. You see that, guys? You guys want to keep playing? That was my boy. I loved him. He was an amazing guy. And you guys go down there thinking that that's your girl. It's not. She's everybody's girl. No real love exists in Cartagena, Medellin. I don't even think real love exists in Colombia, to be honest. If you're looking for a real wife or a real love, then go to Peru, go to Chile, go to Uruguay, go to places where people aren't so poor and destitute, so you can meet women that aren't going to set you up to get murdered. You see those pictures, guys? Oh, that's from Bogota. But so go back. Yeah. You see that? Those pictures, guys? Do you see how close I was to a murderer? So keep playing. Keep playing down there. And I'm sorry if I seem like I'm upset. It's because I love you guys. I don't want anything bad to happen to you. I want you to be healthy. I want you to be wealthy. I want you to be prosperous. I want you to find the best love of your life. I want you all to live your best life. And I'm telling you right now, you'll live your best life in Cartagena and Medellin for a little while. And believe me, the devil is going to visit you. And maybe you get away, maybe you live, or maybe you end up like my friend too. I'm not giving Colombia a third time. I'm done with that country. Done.
So you said that I think you spoke with him the day before?
No, I spoke with him the day of. My last messages to him were at, hi, sweetheart. I'm sorry, my baby just got in. Oh, hold on one second. Let me show you what she's looking like today. Look at that, y'all.
Okay, hold on. Let me.
So, can you see her?
Here we go. Hold on. Let's see, B-Dub. Let's see. Okay, it's looking nice. Hola, ¿cómo estás?
No, she speaks English. She's American, dude. I'm not a loser like a lot of these people that got to go to Medellin and get a rent-a-girl. She's looking good.
I was at the rooftop.
Oh, you were? Okay. Yeah. So she looking good today, y'all. Wait, turn around. Do a 360. Show them what you working with in your outfit. You see that, guys?
Nice. I see you, B-Dub. I see you, player.
Yeah, And she has a crazy story about Colombia as well. Oh, wait till you hear her story. So if you guys don't want to believe me, maybe you'll listen to my girl. Okay. What was your last question, BMT? I'm sorry. She was looking so beautiful. I lost my train of thought for a minute. What were you saying?
No, you good, man. No, I was saying you said you talked to him the day of. Like, what was that conversation?
Oh, yeah. Well, I was one of the last people to communicate with him. My last message to him was roughly at 12 o'clock, 12:30, and by 4:35, he was kidnapped. Or in a situation, murdered. So think about that. And my last message was, man, like during that week when we were communicating, I was like, dude, stay out of Medellin, man. You're going too many times, man. You're going too many times. But that's the thing. These guys go down there and get addicted to these girls, and it ends up costing you your life. Guys, I just can't tell you enough. Leave that country alone. God does not live there. In fact, he hasn't for a long time. Go to Lima, Santiago, Montevideo and Punta del Este, Uruguay, Florianopolis, Brazil, Balneario Camboriú, Panama City, Guatemala, for God's sake. I'll show you guys my view and what I'm looking at right now. El Salvador. I mean, the president has cleaned that country up. It used to be the most dangerous country in all of Latin America. Now it's one of the safest. Go there. Go to Nicaragua. Go. Plenty of places to go. Yes, the women are not going to be as beautiful, but guess what? You're going to make it home to your family. Yeah. You're going to make it home to your wife, your kids, to your mom, your dad, your neighbors, and people that love you. So, you in life, you get what you pay for. Again, I used an example, and those clowns kept cutting me off yesterday of why somebody would buy a Mercedes, because that's Bogota, by the way. That's one of the top restaurants in Bogota. Oh, I can share to you a crazy story about Bogota. I met a girl on Tinder in Bogota, went to a very nice restaurant. She ordered the most expensive thing on the menu and didn't eat it. And so when we were hanging out and I just turned around to slide my card oh, that's the girl that drugged me. Stop. That's the girl that drugged me. If you guys see this bitch, call the police.
Okay, yeah.
Do a citizen.
Right there. That's her.
Yep. That's her.
Mm-hmm.
Can you zoom in closer on her face?
Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit closer.
Yeah. Get her face. That girl drugged me, guys. You see that? Y'all keep playing down there.
Hey.
Yeah, that's her.
That's crazy.
And so this girl that I went out on a date with on Bogota, met her on Tinder. So when the bill came, I turned around to slide my card and pay the bill. This bitch literally ran out of the restaurant with my phone. Thank God it was a cheap piece of shit phone. So whatever. But that's what I'm saying. The people are so fucking poor that you can take them out to a nice restaurant and they'll fucking run off with your phone. That's what kind of country you're going to. Right? Yes. Santiago, Chile is much more expensive, but guess what? If you look at even Austin and Floyd when they went to Chile, notice no one stole their phone, no one tried to rob them or kill them. But then notice when Floyd went to Cali, he almost got drugged. Wow, what are the odds of that? Santiago, Chile, no problems. You hop on a plane to go to a country with a bunch of poor motherfuckers, and he almost got drugged.
Mm-hmm.
Notice when they went to Uruguay, Montevideo, nothing. Why? Because Montevideo is expensive and Punta del Este is even more expensive. Ain't nothing happening to you over there. I promise you that. Show me one murder that happened to any tourist in Montevideo, Punta del Este, or Vina del Mar in Chile. Show it to me. It doesn't exist.
Okay. So what about Guatemala? You're in Guatemala right now. What's the vibes out there?
Oh man, it's I love it. It's great. Obviously, I'm gonna tell you the truth. The women are nowhere near as beautiful as they are in Colombia, but they're much better. They have much better souls. God lives in Guatemala. I'll tell you that. Also, this is not a place where you'll be able to pay $40 and get a girl. Okay. These girls are more conservative. So if you're looking for a wife or you're looking for something more serious and a woman that hasn't been ran through by all of the whole entire world, Guatemala is that place. But it's going to take you some time, just like in Chile, just like in Uruguay. This is not a hit and quit place. Nah, man, this ain't that type of country. So great place if you want to relax. You actually want to be able to let your guard down at least a little bit and not constantly, then this is that type of place. I'm going to tell you, this place is not cheap either. My girl and I, we went out to dinner yesterday or the day before. We ordered 8 tacos and 2 drinks. The bill was $80. Okay. So to equate that to the people that are watching, okay, that's the cost of 2 You know, 2 chicas in Cartagena or Medellin is what I spent on dinner for my girl. Tacos and 2 drinks. So Guatemala, somebody said Guatemala is cheap. No, it's not. It's more than double the cost of Colombia. So again, you get what you pay for. Go ahead and go down there and pay Colombia prices, and I'll read about you on DC Born Rob, or you can spend more money and come to a place like Guatemala. Not once has she felt in danger. Not once have I. We've had 0 problems. We don't have to worry about drugging. We've actually ridden around in taxis. We haven't worried about a taxi cabber kidnapping us or setting us up, murdering us, robbing us. None of that. This is actually a country you can come to, whether it's to start a business, like a homeboy trying to lie. Oh, I'm in Medellin to start a business. You a goddamn lie with your cheap ass gold chain. You a motherfucking lie with your cheap ass gold chain. He's
let me get the super chat. I got.
Oh, you got a super chat? Okay, cool.
My man caught you late. Drew G. He was on a panel with you actually with $1.99 said super chat. He said, "Did 2 meet that woman on a dating app?"
Yes, sir. He met her on Tinder, and honestly, I think Tinder needs to be sued. And honestly, guys, we should actually start a class action lawsuit against Tinder and their negligence. More people have gotten clapped from Tinder than any other application in the entire world. Stay off of Tinder, stay off of Bumble, stay off of all of it. When you're in Colombia, honestly, don't even mingle with the locals. Don't talk to you're better off bringing a girl from another country. For example, my girl's American. If you go to Colombia, bring a girl from another country. Do not associate with any of the people in Colombia. Maybe besides the people that work in your 4 or 5-star hotel. Don't be going and staying in no hostels there.
That's a harsh one, B-Dub. That's a harsh one now, man. It's some good.
Well, like I said, at this point, I trust no one in that country. No one. Like I said, when you've gone to a country twice and 2 people you met are no longer here, nah, I'm good. Yeah, it's unfortunate. But yes, are there some good people there? But put it this way, I don't care how good the people are there. I'm never going back. Now, I'd go back to Morocco. You see this shirt? Morocco. I'd go back to Morocco. You know why? Morocco is so safe that the police officer, a lot of them don't even carry guns. First time in my life, I saw police officers wearing holsters with no guns in it. I was thinking, damn, why don't you just take the holster off? Why are you wearing a holster? There's no gun in it. That's how safe.
I'm trying to remember if Thailand even got the cops even have guns in Thailand. Nah,
right. Right. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Put it this way. If you guys ride on Spirit Airlines, Ghetto Airlines, and Frontier, you and I are in different leagues. Okay? If Spirit goes there or Frontier goes there, more than likely, you should reconsider your travel destinations. And some of what I said was sarcasm, but some of it is not, because you'll notice some major carriers don't go to Medellin.
Okay.
They don't go to Bogota.
We got 279 in the room. Do me a favor, make sure you hit that like button. We got my man B-Dub in here. Do you want to show us around real quick before we do a panel?
What'd you say?
Did you want to show us around? You said about the view?
Oh, yeah, sure. Hold on 1 second.
Okay, cool.
She's out here too, and she'll share her Medellin story. So hold on 1 second. So we here on the lake, guys. Got a pool
let me put
there.
you on the big screen. Let me put you on the big screen. There we go.
Can you see?
Yeah, that's beautiful, man.
And we're not in any way, shape, or form scared for our lives. You see my boo here. She's getting all look at that. She's doing her thing. Now, sweetheart, tell them your story about Colombia when you went. Tell them.
When I went for like a month.
Can you hear her, guys?
It's just dangerous.
Yeah, we can hear a little bit.
I can't ever, in the taxis, I can't speak English, or they'll probably kidnap me.
She said that her friends told her not to speak English in the taxi cab drivers.
They were from there.
And her friends were actually from there.
Yeah.
And they told her to shut her mouth, don't speak English in the taxi. So I want you to think about that, guys. Does that sound like a country you should be going to where you can't even speak the native tongue that you speak in your country? Think about that. Does that sound smart? Now, also ask her to tell you about the time leaving the airport, what the sign said, and she sent me a picture of what the sign said. Tell the audience what that sign said.
It just said, "Don't ride to a nightmare." Don't get in like taxis.
All right, the sign said, "Don't ride to a nightmare. Don't get in unauthorized taxis."
And this is in Cali, Colombia. I went to Cartagena, Bogota, and what was the other one?
Cartagena, Bogota,
and Cali, yeah, Cali.
In Cali.
Yeah, I felt the safest in Cartagena out of all of them.
She felt the safest in Cartagena, and I'll be honest, so did I, because when you stick to that historical center, you're good. You can still get drugged there because, it's full of what's in there. But but for the most part, the police are on every block in that place. But even still, you and I know a bunch of stories of people getting deleted in Cartagena as well. There was a guy who was in Getsemani. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm. No, so I'm gonna ask a question. As a female, does she feel safe in Medellin as a woman?
No. Oh, I didn't go to Medellin, but I went to Bogota and Cali, and I did not feel safe. Absolutely not. I never spoke.
Okay.
For American.
Okay.
Yeah.
You feel safe where you are now in Guatemala?
Yeah, I feel safe in Guatemala. Like I can go to the club right there, leave at like 2 a.m, and I feel okay. No one's gonna bother me.
Yeah, and we're staying at nice places, eating at nice restaurants, no problems in Guatemala. In fact, Guatemala has exceeded our expectations. So once again, this is a great country. Yeah, it's going to cost you more money, but guess what? I'm not going to end up on DC Born Raw. I bet you that. So you get what you pay for in life. And I'm responsible for her. So the way she and I hang out is the way she's getting back home alive in one piece. I'm not going to take my boo to some place where we can't speak English in the cab, where she has to watch how she dresses. You see how fine this motherfucker is? I want her to dress however she feels she wants to dress. She needs to wear whatever she wants to wear. We're not going to go.
They ain't here hating on you. They ain't here hating on you, but hey, you got the receipts.
Well, whatever. Tell them broke asses to come to the live, show where they're at. They're probably in some ghetto ass poor neighborhood somewhere. Their girl don't look as good as mine. I don't care about these Spirit Frontier airline flying motherfuckers. broke ass motherfuckers with your cheap ass gold chains. No bitch having in your bedroom doing podcasts. Homie, I've showed you 2 times the receipts. I showed you the villa a couple of days ago. I'm showing you the lake now. Shut your broke asses up or come to the live and show us how much money is in your bank account. And I'll show you how much is in mine. Bitch asses. Broke, poor, Frontier airline Spirit flying ass ninjas.
All right, man. So hey,
and my girl is American. You guys have to fly thousands of miles away to go get some $40 you know what. Y'all can't even step to a girl like mine. Okay, y'all can't afford $80 for 8 tacos and 2 drinks. That's why you're going to Medellin. And we all know it. We all know it.
They killed him. I'm gonna drop a link in the chat, but you gotta cam up, man. We can't keep doing the because I know you guys might have some smoke for my man, but you gotta cam up. So if you don't cam up, you can't come.
Yeah, they ain't camming up. Because they broke and they're sorry and they're poor. Homeboy, I'll take my wallet and slap the shit out of all of these motherfuckers. That's why my girl looks the way she. That's why my girl looks the way she does. And y'all sitting at home. I never seen some people that talk so much shit, but you won't come to the camera and show how y'all living. I'm the only one out of all of these YouTubers, maybe besides what's his face, Austin and Floyd, which that's a whole nother subject there. But I love Floyd and I love Austin. I know Austin. We communicate from time to time. Check in effect is actually my good homie. Love him. Love what he's doing and his success. I love you, BMT, and your success and what you're doing. Okay, so I'm only coming to the this live to tell you guys the truth in my story. I brought my girl to the table so she could share our story. We don't have a YouTube channel, so we have nothing to gain. We're doing this. I'm doing this out of the kindness of my heart. I'm not even getting anything from this, but the only thing I hope that I'm getting is saving someone's life. So if you want to come to the thing talking shit, show us where you are and come to the cam. Better yet, show us how much money is in your bank account. Spirit Airline, flying Frontier Airline, flying cheap gold chain wearing motherfuckers.
I got a question from Jay Clyde. He says, what's the purpose of your travels to Colombia? What was the purpose of your travels?
To be honest, my goal is to try and see every country in the world. So my purpose of going to Colombia was strategic in the fact of Colombia was right next door to Brazil. The flight to Brazil is brutal. So I wanted to stop in Colombia for a bit, then make my time to Brazil, and then from Brazil, go to Argentina.
Okay. So guys, real quick, I'm gonna play a real quick commercial, and I'm gonna bring the guys on for the panel. All right, so we're gonna be right back in a second. BW, you want to chill for a second? That's cool.
Yeah. That's fine.
Okay.
We have a problem with is and on black women as a reason to go over to take advantage of women who are not financially stable. You go over there to find somebody who's going to treat you like a king.
Download now on the App Store and Google Play.
Passportbros, your ultimate travel companion. Download the app for free and embark on a journey where your adventures not only become unforgettable memories, but also opportunities to earn. With Passportbros, travel content is more than just photos and videos. It's your ticket to a fully monetizable network of like-minded adventurers. Imagine making from your travel stories. Post videos, share your experiences, and let the world be a part of your journey. But that connect travel from around the globe in groups and make lasting friendships, perhaps even with foreign women who share your passion for exploration. And here's the best part. Store your earnings securely in your Passportbros wallet. No hassle, no worries. Just seamless transactions wherever. Looking for the best services? Passportbros has got you covered. Get personalized recommendations for tour guides, rentals, and the hottest clubs in town. Did we mention the app is absolutely free to download? That's right. Is just a click away. You can make money while exploring new places. Turn travel into a source of income, right from your mobile device. So what are you waiting for? Download Passportbros now, share your journey, connect with fellow explorers, and let the adventure begin.
Download now on the App Store and Google Play.
All right, we back real quick before I bring the guest on the link and then BK right now. We'll go into the Play Store. We'll be there probably the next day or so. But right now, you can download the APK if you're on Android right to your phone, and we are also available on Apple. Okay, so let me go ahead and bring this panel on. Let's see what we're doing here. Here we go. Bring everybody on. All right. Let me catch a super chat. Sun is hot, Rob, with a $5. I think that's a super pound. I appreciate it. Says the government doesn't run Colombia. Pablo's minions do. Why does everyone have a problem admitting that Colombia is a criminal?
Well, you're 100%. You're 100% correct. Even what's the hottest show on Netflix right now? It's Griselda. Griselda was from Medellin, just like Pablo. So Netflix is even telling it. Netflix is even giving you guys the situation there in Colombia.
Okay.
I mean, it's just Law enforcement is not strong. And honestly, homeboy talking about he used private security to get picked up from the airport and dropped off. But if you're a successful business owner, does that sound like a country that you should invest in and bring your employees to? Does that sound intelligent? Or are you going there for other reasons, but you won't tell your audience the truth, right? No, nobody intelligent would invest in a place or bring their employees to a place where their employees could get kidnapped, robbed, murdered, raped, chopped up, disappeared. No one.
Okay. I want to welcome Big Gaines to the building.
What's going on? What's going on?
What's good?
Nice to meet. Nice to meet you,
Nice
Big
to meet
Gaines.
What's good, man?
Nice
What's
to
Nice
meet
to
good?
you,
meet
sir.
you too.
While you driving, bro.
I like the way he popped that shit. He talked that shit.
Well, sir, and honestly, I'm a nice, humble Christian guy, and I don't mean to get mad and say some of the things that I've said, but it's just important for me to convey the seriousness of the situation in Colombia from my own personal experience. And if you don't want to believe me, someone who doesn't even have a YouTube, notice I'm not asking you for donations or consultations, nothing. So I have nothing to gain. I'm only doing this, one, because I love BNT and his channel and what he's doing, and two, I want to save your life, man. I love all of my brothers. It makes me happy to see you guys leaving the matrix, getting baddies and going to the beach, going to the nice spots. That fills me with joy. It fills me with sadness to see you guys lose your life early because of just going to a place that honestly nobody needs to go to. And I'm pretty positive when Trump wins, God willing, that he more than likely is going to put Colombia on the blacklist, because I do know Colombia is on his radar because this has been getting back to him and his administration.
Okay.
And I
I'm
think
welcome Ray. Ray to the show.
Ray.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, Ray. Nice to meet you, sir.
Man, shout out to BMT, man. How you doing?
What's good, bro? I think I heard you on Razor.
Sorry?
Then Razor Ray's channel.
Yeah, I used to join Razor Ray sometimes to give my my take.
I'm in Colombia, correct?
Can you hear me?
Guys.
Sorry?
Yeah, we hear you.
Okay.
You got a little delay, bro.
Shout out to my friend as well. I can't really pronounce that name. Budaka Shadow, right?
B-Dub, Shadowhawk. All right, Shadowhawk. Shadowhawk. Just so you guys know who Shadowhawk is, he's a character from Image comic books. He's like the black Iron Man, but he can't fly. But his hand-to-hand combat skills are even better. He's up there with Batman as far as hand-to-hand combat. And what would happen is when he would fight you and kill you, he would break your vertebrae and make you paralyzed for the rest of your life because he felt killing you would be too easy, so he would just break your back. So one of the best comic books you've ever read, Shadowhawk, and he's black. So that's where the name comes from.
Okay. This is what I wanted to say. I just want to give my take to what's going on in Colombia. And I've listened to you for a while, which is very good. You give a lot of information, which is, I think, is very, very vital to the Passportbros community for people to actually understand. I'm not an American. I'm an African with a Spanish background. And I've been to Colombia many times, and I'm going again. Now, let me start with this. As of January last month, 35 people has been killed in Cartagena alone. Just in Cartagena alone, as of January, 35 people have been murdered in that city. And the reason why I'm emphasizing most of the time on Cartagena, because that is where I go most of the time. I've never been to Medellin. I'm not interested. I've never been to Cali. I've been to Cali for 2 days and that's it. I'm not really interested. I'm interested in Cartagena because I know a lot of people there. And that is the reason why I'm actually talking about it. Okay? What I'm trying to say is that a lot of African Americans think that when they go to Colombia, for 2 days, for 1 week, or for 1 month, you think you're going to have a woman. You are completely wrong. You're not going to get any woman. It's not going to happen. And let me say this to you. No, and a Colombian girl that is above 16 years old has a boyfriend. Let me say this to you again. A Colombian girl that is above 16 years old has a boyfriend. They might tell you that they are single. In reality, they are not single. Because men control women 100% in Colombia. Men give them what to do to get money from you and get you killed. Every woman that kill an African American or any tourist in Colombia, there is a bunch of men behind it.
You're 100% correct. In fact, my friend Tu Zhergong that was murdered, that girl had a boyfriend and he got jealous, and her boyfriend and two of his friends along with her are the people that murdered him. So you are 100% speaking facts, sir. Thank you so much for coming to this live and telling the truth. That is fact. None of those girls are single.
No, and Colombian girl, anything, even the single mom, that all of you think that a single mom, they're in their 40s, their ex-husband or ex-boyfriend, they still communicate with them on a daily basis. On a daily basis. Every woman in Colombia is controlled by a man. And the women are so scared of their men. Let me say
I gotta hold on real quick. I gotta play devil's advocate a little bit because I did have a couple of girlfriends in Colombia. I don't think they had boyfriends. Saw them every day.
Well, keyword is think.
So
keyword
it
was
is
think.
possible.
Let me put it this way. Let me put it this way. Maybe I exaggerate too much. Let me put it this way. 90% of the girl that you're going to come across has a guy behind her. Whether you like it or not, that's fine. 90% has a guy.
Okay, so
if it is
there
not,
is a little bit of a difference. Let me. I know we got delay, but hold on. Let me. There's a difference.
Why don't you go up in the jacuzzi? I'm sorry. I was telling her to.
Colombian women and the Afro-Colombian women. A lot of Afro-Colombian women, in my opinion, could possibly be a little bit more genuine. It's a mixed bag. Don't get me wrong. You got all types of different ethnicities in Colombia. It's definitely a mixed bag. But I felt like, generally speaking, when I was dating my Afro-Colombian girlfriend, she was pretty much being 100% genuine with me because they do like American men for the most part. Though. I will say that.
BMT. There's no woman in the whole world. There's no country in the world. All the countries I visited entire Europe. I'm in London at the moment, and I'm going to Cartagena at this ending of this month. No woman in the world, when they see American men, they fall in love with them. Anywhere you go in the world, women will come. But
I didn't say that. I didn't say that they fell in love with American men off real.
Oh, yeah, is that a lie? It's not a lie. Because in London, I've seen a lot of African American brothers that have come to London. The same thing happened to them. I've seen the same thing in Nigeria. My dad is from Nigeria, and my mom is not from Nigeria. You know what I'm saying? I've seen all these things. I've traveled many places in Africa. Sorry? Hello?
Hey, wait, I have a question. Where are those two clowns from yesterday? Because I was too nice to them. But if they come back to this live, I'm gonna light them up like it's the 4th of July. Seriously. It's gonna be the 4th of July.
I'm not sure.
It's gonna be the 4th of July on them two ninjas. Because those ninjas are going to get y'all clapped. Seriously. Like I said, did you notice how both of them were in their bedrooms? They can't show you that they're traveling or nothing. And you notice when I brought my girl to the table and did the mic drop, they got damn quiet. So don't listen to clowns like that. If the U.S. State Department is even telling you to stay off the apps and that essentially you should probably reconsider your traveling to Colombia, and then you have someone like me who is truly genuine doesn't even have I barely have an Instagram, who doesn't have a YouTube channel. I'm telling you my personal accounts, and I told you I've been to Colombia twice, and 2 guys that I met got deleted, and myself, I personally almost got kidnapped. I personally got drugged, and personally almost either got kidnapped or murdered again in Colombia. And then on top of that, I bring my girl to the stream to tell you, and y'all gonna still keep going down there? Well, hey, at least I've done my part, right? And to tell you guys the truth, the whole truth. Those other 2 guys are clowns.
Beat up.
So
yes,
they
sir.
can't, but they're not here. They're not here to push back on you, bro. So I don't want to.
No, it's all right. But hey, send them the link because I'm ready for them today.
They can't. Yeah.
Beat up. In the UK government have done the same thing to the Gulf website. They've posted the same information that if you go to Colombia, you should be very, very careful. They've done the same thing. The Spanish government, Spain colonized Colombia. That's where I was raised. I was raised in Spain. They've done the same thing. They're telling all Spanish people, if you're going to Colombia, you should be very, very careful. They put it in every government website. They're telling every citizen to be extremely, extremely careful. It's not because of they don't want you to go there, because what could happen to you? You can get killed at any time, especially when you don't speak their language at all. Anyway, someone is on the chat now.
All right, the passport. Apologies on the Wi-Fi, fellas.
Yeah, I mean it's. I think it's
we
fine.
got like a small delay, but I want to welcome the passport model to the show.
What's good? What's good, y'all? What's happening?
Hey, nice to meet you, sir. How you doing?
Nice to meet you. I'm good, man. I just it's funny. I just dropped a video. I haven't dropped it yet. I uploaded it, but I haven't really made it public on my channel, telling guys, being a passport bro is giving you a open room to go to other countries. I mean, we have almost 200 countries, maybe over 200 countries on this planet. Why is everybody keep going on Medellin?
189?
So 189 countries. So why does everybody keep going to Medellin? And it's getting very, very serious. I went to Medellin in 2017, and none of this stuff was happening then. I mean, I was in Paquilleras. It's not really people walking around. There wasn't all these pros walking around. So it's time to move around. It's time for guys to start looking at other places. You could go to Panama. You can go to, I moved to West Africa. I moved from Florida to West Africa. So I've been to 15 countries. There's so many different countries you can go to. You don't have to keep going to Medellin. Like, it's getting really, really serious. You could lose your life. As soon as they hear you speak
100%.
English, you don't even have to mess with no girls. As soon as they hear
Right.
you speak English, you know what I'm saying? You're a target. So
Yeah, well,
I'm just
and you're from
advising
West
guys.
Africa. You're from West
No,
Africa,
I'm
and
from I'm from Florida. I moved to
Oh,
West
you're from Florida.
Africa. Yeah.
Now, notice the safety in West Africa. A lot of those countries still have the death penalty. They don't have the death penalty in anywhere in Central and South America, guys. I want you to think about that. Let me tell you something. You murder, rape, or kidnap someone in the majority of countries in Africa, when they find you, they're gonna go Old Testament on that ass. They are going to go Old Testament. So people want to talk about Africa, that it's dangerous. I'm gonna tell you, I've been through places in Africa, and Colombia is way dangerous, because in Africa they ain't playing with you. Do it, murder, kidnap, rob, or someone, and do some crazy shit in Africa. And when they find you, God can't save you. And have you felt danger, sir, in West Africa? Have you felt like?
Not at all. Not at all.
Exactly.
Not at all. Not like what's going on in Medellin, where people are getting clapped left and right. It's not like that. It's not like that at all. I mean, every country has its danger zones, but if you want to be a tourist and go to a country and your life is in danger, I don't think you should be going to that country. I don't think you should spend money going to a country where you might get scopolamine or robbed or deleted. I don't think you should be doing that.
Or where you have to get private security. And Homeboy yesterday was even told you guys the wrong type of private security to get to show what kind of amateur he is. First of
Yeah.
all, when you hire private security, you need to hire American mercs, I.E, like, or French mercs or Turkish mercs. You need international companies like a Blackwater or a DGI. You don't even want to use the private security companies in Colombia, because who do you think owns them? And furthermore, do you honestly think if I had an AK-47 and I ran up on that security guard in Colombia that he wouldn't turn around and turn on you in an instant? So he's even giving you the wrong type of private security to use. You only buy American when you're in those countries, or French, or Turkish, or Polish. You deal with the international mercenary companies. You don't even deal with those companies down in Colombia. So again, he's up here giving you wrong information. If you're in a situation or a country where you have to have a private security guard, call Blackwater, DGI, and some of these other private American, French, Turkish, Polish organizations in Colombia. You don't deal with those Colombian private security companies. Again, the guy's a clown. He's telling you the wrong information.
Another thing that I need to,
All right,
another thing that I
hold on, guys.
wanted to talk about.
Let me catch this chat real quick. Hold on, let me catch by Dot Tip with the 5 super chat. I really appreciate that, my man. He says Passport business class has been telling hard-headed passport bros to stop going to 1980 narco countries and go to Bali, Singapore, low crime countries. All right, shout out to you,
Well, you can
Dot Tip. All right, with 5 super chat.
you can even go closer places, that, for example, again, Guatemala, El Salvador. I mean, if you guys can't afford the tickets to Bali and Thailand, no problem. There's other closer, safer countries that you can go to enjoy yourself and have a good time, man, and not end up in a body bag. That's all. That's the only message I'm trying to, like, I use Portugal as an example, and thank God some of your people have been to Portugal and everyone agreed that's true. One guy said that's true. Me and my girl walked around at 2, 3 in the morning in Lisbon and we felt no sense of danger. Yeah, because it's not a third world shithole, poverty infested country. You get what you pay for. Okay? You never go to
hold on, I got with a 5 super
BMT.
have been drugged. Thousands of Americans lived here for decades.
Okay, well, there always has to be one clown to say that, it hasn't happened to me. Well, okay, fine. It's happened to thousands of other people. Okay. So just because you're one of the lucky ones, you should have the responsibility to take care of your fellow brother.
Excuse me, B-Dub. Excuse me, B-Dub. I want to ask you about this story that you said.
Here we go with this guy again.
Hold on. We asked the story. You said your friend, too, the Asian guy got drugs, and his girl tried to talk to you, and you knew that she was a bad girl. Why didn't you warn him that he thought he was in an 8-month relationship? Why didn't you let him know that the girl is not his girlfriend, and the Asian comedian guy going back and forth to Colombia thinking that this is his girlfriend, and you didn't warn him? And then this is the other thing I have to point out. If all these things happened to you and you had to jump over cars and jump out of rolling cars, why are you just now telling the brothers? Why all of a sudden you have an urgency? Oh, I want to warn all the brothers. Why didn't you warn your friend? And when you jumped out of the car, did that happen on your first trip to Colombia or on your second trip?
Oh, wow. That's a great question, sir. So let me answer everything you stated. Number one, I warned at least 8 to 10 times to stay away from Colombia and stay away from Medellin. In fact, that was my conversation.
Did you tell him about that girl? You said the girl tried to talk to you. Did you tell him about the specific young?
Let him finish, bro. Let him finish.
Let me finish, sir. I warned him to, one, stay away from her and to stay away from Colombia as a whole. Okay, he wouldn't listen to me, just like many of you guys who are listening to me now are not going to listen to me, and that's okay. All right. So I warned him plenty of times. Okay. To answer your question with why the urgency now, well, we're in February, and I told my friend Austin Alleman, I told Check in Effect, I told BMT. I've been telling this story ever since January. It's because I don't have a YouTube channel. I barely have an Instagram. I have been sharing this
So when did it
information
happen to you? You had to jump out of the car. When did that happen? How long ago was that?
That was when I met BMT. So I would say
First time you went.
that was probably my first time to Colombia was about 2 years ago. So
So hold on. So you went to Colombia the first time. You had to jump out of the car and jump over cars, and you went back again.
Yes, correct. Because I
So
wanted
hold
to
on.
make sure.
Okay. Hold on. Let's stop right there. So listen. So you went to Colombia, got attempted kidnapping and drug. They had to jump out of a car. You didn't warn any other brothers. You didn't come with this urgency until. Hold on. Listen. Hold on. Let me finish. Hold on. Let me finish.
No. You hold on.
Let me finish. Hold on.
Well, you are finished because you're broke and you're poor and you're a dumb piece of shit.
No,
That's what
bro.
you are, you dumb broke ass.
No,
You dumb
I'm
broke.
beating
Bring
with you,
your
bro.
bitch ass to the phone and show people where you are, you poor ass, spirit flying ass ninja. Okay?
I'm not beefing with you, bro.
I warned everybody on my
Brother,
Facebook. I warned
I'm not
everybody.
beefing with you.
I warned everybody in my
I'm not
WhatsApp.
beefing with you, brother.
Everybody that knows me, I told
We're
them
not beefing with you. We're not beefing with you, brother. You going
are
off? No,
beefing with me because you're running your mouth. You won't let me explain the story. So the
Okay,
reason
go ahead. Hold on. Go ahead and explain the story. Go ahead. You don't have to cuss me out or anything. Go ahead.
All right. Well, the reason why I went back, okay?
Yes.
Is because
Why did you get emotional when I said you went back? You got emotional, brother. And started cussing.
No.
Yes, you did.
Let me say.
Apologize, because I didn't cuss you out. Please apologize, Mr.
I ain't
B-Dub. Mr.
apologizing
B-Dub,
to no
where's
man,
your respect?
that hides his face and won't get on here and show us how you living.
I'm yoga, B-Dub.
Okay.
I'm yoga.
Okay.
Please apologize. I didn't cuss you out. I don't have no beef with you. I'm trying to learn from your experience.
Okay. I will. Okay. Yoga Thailand.
I'm trying to learn, brother. I'm not trying to cuss you out. I'm asking you about the experience. I'm thinking about going to Colombia, and I need to know. So I'm asking you about how long it was when you got jumped out of the cab, and the thing when your friend died. This is serious, and you cussing people out like you want some drama. We're trying to learn from you.
Okay, sir. Let me answer
Man,
your
chill,
question.
man. Chill, man.
Okay.
Chill.
All right.
Man.
So anyone, look, first of all, I'm new to Instagram and I'm new to this YouTube stuff, but anyone who knows me will tell you Brandon has warned. In fact, DC Born Rob is a friend of mine. If any of you guys
Brandon,
know
I'm asking
him,
you how long ago it was when you got jumped out of the cab.
I'm telling you 2 years ago, sir. And the reason why will you please look, man? Will you please shut the fuck up and let me finish? 2 years ago is when that happened. The first time I met BNT. Now, the reason why I went back is because I did not want to define a country by only going there once. I thought maybe it was a fluke situation, and that if I go back another time, and if shit is just as crazy, if not worse than the time that I went, I will sing it to the world and I will never go back. So that's why I did not want to go to a country once and define it as a whole. But now that I've been twice and two of my friends have been clapped and situations have almost happened with me, I'm singing it to the whole entire world. Furthermore, the first time I went to Colombia, my buddy Alan, who BMT knows, DC Born Rob and others will tell you, Brandon has been sounding the alarm about Colombia for the last 2 years, okay? I'm just new to this YouTube and new to Instagram, so you guys wouldn't know me or I wouldn't have been able to tell you, but I'm telling you now. So, and I'm sorry for getting mad. I'm sorry for getting mad at you, sir, and using foul language. I do owe you an apology, and for that, I'm very sorry. Seriously, I mean that sincerely.
Okay. Let me catch the super chat real quick by T Mac with a $4.99 cent super chat. I really appreciate that. He says, I've been to 40 countries, retired in my 40s, and on. If you are afraid to come to Colombia, then please don't go. Right. Shout out to you. Appreciate that, T Mac. And I got my man V on the building.
Yeah, sorry about that.
What's going on, V?
I clicked. I'm sorry.
Just a quick one. Just a quick one. As of 19 of December 2023, 30 people were killed in Medellin alone. They all from all from United States of America. 30 people were killed.
We can't ignore that. We just can't ignore that. We can't say, "Oh, you're scared, you're this and that." We're informing guys. We're informing men. Look, there are other countries you can go to. There are other countries you can travel to. We're giving them this information. We can't just say, "Oh, you're scared," this and that. Because 30 people, 40 people is just in the last 3 months alone.
Too much.
Over 8 men from the U.S. You can't ignore this.
Well,
we have
sir,
to,
sir, and that's what we know of. For example, if you DC born Rob did an expose on a guy who went to Barranquilla. He's still missing, and it's been over a month. So, like I said in the beginning of infiltration, deception, and disinformation, these guys are evolving, and what I believe that they're doing is disappearing the bodies. That's what I believe is happening, because if you know anything about investigations when it comes to murder, if there's no body, there's no murder. So that's what we know is 30 or 35, but I honestly don't believe it. I think it's a lot higher.
I wouldn't say the whole of Colombia is a no-go. I would say there are other cities in Colombia that we're not tapping into. They're calmer cities. Just leave these popular Medellin, Bogota, leave these areas alone. There are other cities you can go to and still have fun. But like I put in my video, you have to learn the language. A lot of guys are going there speaking English. You have to learn Spanish. You have to put in the work. If you go to Brazil, you have to learn Portuguese. You have to learn these things. If not, you have to put in the work. If you want to go to these countries, if you want to live in these countries, you have to learn the language. You have to learn the culture, so that you'll be more aware of what's going on. But it's very dangerous right now to go to Medellin and these areas.
Can I interrupt and just ask a simple question? I just want to ask a simple question. So my question is this: you guys are talking about these murders, right? What are the cause of these murders? They're robberies. Why are we as Americans going to third world countries with our chains on, our diamond rings on, our earrings showing, our Jordans, looking like we have money, around a bunch of lions and sharks? If you have blood in the water, they're going to attack. Now, one can say, "Oh, well, it'll happen." Attacks can happen anywhere, but the vast majority of these attacks are because of robberies. I am a person, I've traveled several places. And again, when I travel to these countries, I act accordingly. It's just like if you were stateside, if you're in the United States and you're in the city of Memphis, or you're in the city of St. Louis, or you're in the city of Chicago or LA, you're going to act accordingly around the wolves. Correct?
Percent concur
So
with
then
you.
why when we go to other countries, we don't act accordingly amongst the wolves?
Well, you bring up some good points, sir, and I just want to say you're 100% correct. I concur, but sometimes, most of the times, it's robberies, but also it's jealousy. Like the gentleman said, I think his name was Ray. He said that a lot of these girls aren't single. They're not, and when their boyfriends find out, they get jealous. So I think the majority of them, like I concur with you, is robberies, but a lot of it is in Colombia. Even when you have an ex-boyfriend or ex-husband, you never do. The ex-boyfriend and ex-husband is always in their lives. I'm telling you, out of all of the countries I've been to, Colombian culture is very interesting, and Colombian girls will tell you about their baby daddies or whatever. They're always in their lives. And so a lot of it, I think, is jealousy. And then I'm going to concur with you. The majority of it is robberies, because they know that you're at least coming down there with $1,000 to $3,000, $5,000 cash. You got credit cards, you got your iPhone and MacBook. The guy from yesterday was talking about he went to the hood with 3 iPhones and MacBooks. How stupid is that? That's stupid.
So to your point, so kind of to your point though, in a way, it's like, okay, you say a lot of these situations happen because of jealous boyfriends, right? So if we pinpoint, if we look at, let's say, 4 murders, right?
Yes,
if
sir.
we look at 4 of the murders may have been one jealous boyfriend, and 3 robberies, that means the situation of running across a jealous boyfriend is less than the ones that are getting killed because of robbery. So now we as Black men, we have to act accordingly. I've traveled to Mexico by myself, walked away across the border. Another thing, if we're going to a country and we want to stay in the country, it's highly suggested that we learn that culture. If you're going to a Spanish-speaking country and you don't speak Spanish, your luck is probably going to end a lot faster than it began. Right?
100%. 100%.
I disagree with that. I disagree with that statement that you need to learn the culture because you're a tourist. Let's look at the definition of a tourist. A tourist is an individual that decided to have fun and spend part of his money in another country economy. And you're not, there is no manual, there's no book that say you need to learn a culture. As far you're not doing anything that is against the law in that country. Now, I've seen a lot of African American in Cartagena walking around. A lot of people used to think that I'm from Cartagena, and I'm not. I'm an African boy, but people tend to say that I'm a Colombian. I'm not. That is why they don't come to me. But African American, you are easy to identify while you're walking down. Someone can easily identify you that, oh, that guy don't look like Colombia. Most of the Black boys in Cartagena, they're fucking skinny. They're seriously skinny. You can tell that they are not Americans. As an American boy, if they don't identify you with your Nike, they will identify you the way you walk, by the way your gesture, the way you look. They can identify you. That is not a crime. That is not the reason for someone trying to kill you or trying to take your stuff. It's not a crime. There's a lot of African American here in London. No one will touch you. No one will touch you with your dollars on the table, with your phone. No one will say anything. There's a lot of African American in Malaga, in Spain. No one will say nothing to you. There's a lot of African American in Portugal, in Oporto. No one will say nothing to you. There's a lot of African American in Nigeria, in Lagos. No one will touch you. Why is it that all this stuff always happen in Colombia?
Yeah, well,
you cannot blame
Colombia, though.
Now. People cannot come here and start blaming.
But it's not just Colombia.
Telling people that they cannot walk the way they walk while the United States of America. Colombia.
It's not just Colombia. You have Mexico. Let's talk about a place that's not so deep into South America. Let's talk Mexico. Are you going to go into Mexico and stay for 30, 40 days without speaking that native language, without understanding what environment you're placing yourself in?
But that is not a crime for you to get killed.
It's not. No, I'm not saying it's not a crime. I'm asking you logically. Would you go to a place that you know nothing about for 30, 40 days and don't understand if somebody was standing next to you and said, we're going to rob this Black man with this black hoodie on and his headphones on?
I think you guys are talking about two different things. He's talking about tourists. He's talking about tourists. You're talking about 40 days. 40 days is like basically almost living there. So of course you have to learn. You have to start learning.
Even if you go to
Spanish,
even if it's not 40 days, even if it's not a 40 days. Let's say, for instance, if I wanted to go to Colombia for 2 weeks, right? We're giving myself 14 days. I need to turn around and at least, again, I am in a country where they do not speak English, which is my native language. So in order for me to recognize a threat, I have to be understanding of what a threat is. Okay. You are going to a place for 14 days and don't even recognize what the threats are. So we're placing ourselves in bad environments and don't even understand what's going on.
Well,
I would say it's a bad habit.
Hold on, real quick. Give me a second. Give me the chats, and I do want to respond to you, V. My man T Mac with $4.99 super chat, man. I really appreciate that. He says, I don't agree with your opinion, but I've been to 40 countries and lived in Japan. I still choose Colombia to live. Everyone must do them. And T Mac, if you want to pull up to the show, you're welcome to pull up to the show. I also appreciate the $4.99.
Well, the thing is regard.
One second, bro. Hold on 1 second. I'm almost done. Cool Cat 5 super chases. I just want to echo the passport model. Just spread out and hit spots that are not hot. All right. Another super he has. Okay, that's random. Okay. V, you want to answer that? Oh, let me take you off mute.
Sorry. I'm actually. What kind of phone do I have? I have an iPhone. Right now, I'm talking on my MacBook. However, when I travel the country, I don't pull out my phones. I don't take my Apple Watches, bro. It's you have to. For me, when I went to Mexico by myself and walked across by myself, I understood what was going on. I kept my head on the. I'm from the hood, so you have to understand you're in a hood that's way worse than the hood that you're from. These people will kill to be in the hood in a position that you grew up in, what we call the hoods. So because of that, when you go over there, you have to, hey, I'm gonna keep my phone in my pocket. I'm gonna make sure I watch out for everybody, but I'm also not gonna be over there pulling out money. I saw a video, dudes in the club throwing money like you're in America, like you're in a strip club in America or something. Like, come on, man. Like, again, then we wonder, and then we'll say, yo, this place is dangerous. It's because we're acting a certain way. Somebody said in the comments, you look like food. Would you go around a pack of lions with stakes taped to your body? No, that's what your chain is. That's what that watch. This is a stake. That chain is a stake to those people over there in Colombia. Whether if you look at it and say we paid $100 for this, $200, $1,000, some of these people don't even make that in a month, and you wearing it around your neck.
I'll have to agree and disagree with your statement, because if you look at me, you can see I'm a guy that's going to blend in. I'm wear t-shirts, shorts, nothing to attract any attention. Same thing with my friend too. He was not a flashy guy, and neither was the guy who got murdered in Barranquilla, Timothy Reed. So yes, I will concur with you. There are a lot of fools going ninjas acting like they've never been anywhere, and I can tell you the majority of them flying on Frontier and Spirit Airlines. Okay, ghetto airlines, and they go there acting ghetto and bringing that Atlanta, DC, Baltimore crap to Colombia, and for that, it's extremely stupid. But I will say that at least 50% of us are like us gentlemen on this panel that go there and aren't trying to attract any attention, but they know from how we speak, from how we walk, that we're not from there, and they're hungry. My friends even told me during COVID, the government of Colombia gave them nothing, next to nothing, like a couple $100, while we were getting 3,000-4,000 a month to stay home or whatever. So they're hungry, and they see you just like a lion looks at a deer. So I will concur with you. I think half of your statement is 100% on, but I think the other half is flawed, because there's a lot of guys that have had bad situations there that under no circumstances they understood where it is they were going and do not attract attention. I'm not wearing any watches, nothing. I'm wearing a Morocco a t-shirt, and I'm not even in Colombia. I'm in Guatemala, but I'm still acting as if, right? So, but like I said, I think your statement is half correct and half flawed. I just think it's that they're so poor and so hungry and their government gave them no assistance, that it's made them worse as a people, just like it's made us worse. Ever since Sleepy Joe has been president, do you feel safer in America? Probably not.
No.
So it's happening all over the world. But fortunately, Africa and the Muslim countries and Asian countries can still run themselves correctly, because they got the death penalty there. Yeah. Do this type of crap in Thailand and watch how fast they disappear your ass.
Okay.
I've been living in Nigeria, Lagos, for over a year now. I moved here 2022 December from Miami, and I would say I pull out my iPhone 15 Pro. I pull it out on the street. Nobody robs me. Every day I'm outside and nobody touches me. Nobody robs me. I can dress wherever I want. I can wear whatever chain, whatever Rolex, whatever. Nobody's gonna rob me. So it just
That's what I'm
depends.
saying.
It just depends on the country that where you are. But it's because also Colombia has been concentrated with a lot of, especially Medellin, with a lot of Americans flashing money, throwing money around. It's just been bad around hungry people. That's not what you want to do. So I would say, guys, just stay away. Just there's too many other countries, beautiful women, cheap, whatever you want, and there's so many different countries you can go to. Just leave Medellin alone. Just leave it alone for now.
Can I double back to a statement that he said? Sorry, go ahead.
I want to ask you a question.
Go ahead.
Does anyone know in the UK there is a law for you walking around with a knife? There's a law for you walking around with a knife. Does anyone know the law in Colombia for normal citizens just walking around with a knife or with a gun. Because does anyone know what's the law behind it?
No, I know I carry a knife and some mace with me in Colombia though, but what's
That's
the
what I
law?
said. I would, but see, the thing is, you have people who are law abiding. Again, for myself, I don't care what the law is. The law ain't above my life.
Okay.
I'm gonna carry my knife to protect my life.
What I'm trying to say.
Me,
My point is this. This is my point. If you look at what is going on in Colombia, the reason why a normal citizen, because they don't have food to eat, they have to go to the street and just attack one tourist because they see him as a proper victim, is because they've realized that the country has given them some sort of permission to do so. If they know that if they attack or punch one foreigner, and they're going to go to jail for 20 years, nobody would do it. There's no. I've been watching the president of Colombia for the past, since he was elected. I was expecting him to come up with some sort of law that said, okay, you cannot touch a foreigner. You cannot do anything to them. Do you know, from you being attacked to the point of you getting killed, that is a whole another level of crime. If you rob me, you come now, you're trying to rob me, and you take my stuff and you go. Just because I told you not to take my stuff because I saw you trying to take it, then you actually go to kill me. That is a whole another level of crime, to the point that the government, the police, the local mayor, the council, they were aware of what is going on in their country and they refused to do something about it.
Thank you, sir. I'm going to 100% agree with you, because just because you come there flashing money, okay, doesn't mean you deserve to get tortured, murdered, and robbed like my friend. And once again, he was not flashy at all. Okay. And so, like I said, I find it odd these things don't happen in, say, for example, one of my favorite countries. And hopefully you guys save up a little more money to go there, and you're not going to have to worry about nothing. Zero, zilch. Go to Turkey. Go spend a month or so in Turkey.
I
then
spent 2 weeks in Turkey. You're right.
Exactly. Anyone that spends some time in Turkey knows they ain't tolerating no nonsense, and the police don't even wear uniforms. They dress as citizens. They got the secret police everywhere in Istanbul, just waiting for somebody to try what goes on in Colombia so they can make an example out of your ass. Try it in Turkey and let me know how that works out for you. That's all I'm saying.
You can take my iPhone. You can take my iPhone. You can take my chain. You can take my money. You can take it and run away. That's fine. For you
Just
to
don't
go
take my
from
life.
that spot to go and kill me is a whole another level. And the country allow it to go on. That's what I'm trying to say to you. The government of that country of Colombia allowed this to happen. And they let it slide under the rug as if nothing's actually happened. The country, the government, the president, they doing this, and the police know that they actually doing it on a daily basis. I mean, how can you be working on?
Okay, hold on, V. Hold on.
Go ahead. Thank you. Go ahead, Beyonce. Sorry.
Drew G with the dog on the app, your app. No, we do not have a tender warning talking about our app. All right. I got Steel Keys with $2 super chat. Says Safety Thailand BMT. You know I love Thailand. I'll be returning there soon.
Well, and a lot of people can't afford it.
Hold up, B-Dub. I got you. Drew G with the $4.99 super chat says, after everything we've heard from this guy from Houston, do you guys think he was moving correct after security left him? All right, hold on. I'm gonna let y'all answer that. Give me one more. All right, I've got my man Bitcoin Bobby in the house with a $15 super chat. He said, I'm gonna play devil's advocate. Have we caused this to ourselves? Over the past few years, we have made Colombia a destination, and dudes went there. And the info. Shout out to my man Bitcoin Bobby. All right.
Can I answer that question? Because look, if we did it to ourselves, don't take our money. Colombia was a nothing, poor, impoverished. Nobody went there. Passportbros brothers put that country on the map. Okay,
Yeah.
do you
But
realize?
they accepted the
One
U.S.
second. Let me
dollar
finish.
before there was a passport bros. You
Wait,
can't say
well,
that when they
yeah,
accepted our
but we
money
made
before
it
we went.
cool. But look at the numbers of, if you look at Colombia the last 3 years, since brothers have really been putting it on the map, and look at when white people were going, you'll notice the numbers are higher now of people visiting Colombia than it's ever been. Everything black people do, we make it cool. We make the best music. We make the best fashion. Everything black people do, everybody copies. So if black people stop going to Colombia, the whole goddamn country is going under. This is fact. I can't.
agree. I agree with that statement.
I
As
agree
far as
with you as
black
well.
people do control the dollars, right? We do control the dollars.
Well,
where we go, it comes in. But my statement to that is this: when he made, in my opinion, he made a valid point. It's when we went over there and we put it on a radar. So like at first it was like this little hidden gem, right? Then people went over there and they acted a certain way. They go over there with their chain. So again, to your statement, you have more people that are coming over. That's more flashy. This is more opportunity. This is more opportunity for Rob. This is more opportunity.
Let me just respond real quick to that.
Hold on, wait. Hold on. I want to finish. But I kind of wanted to double back to something that you guys also mentioned earlier, and you were saying how it was something you said right before you said you wanted us to travel to that particular place. I just kind of went blank in a minute.
Turkey.
But yeah, before you were saying travel to Turkey, it was the point that you brought up for that, and I was just going to say it, but then when you talked, I had just forgot about it.
Oh, I was talking about safety and how the police are everywhere. They don't wear uniforms. They dress as civilians. They're the secret police.
Okay,
they're everywhere.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you. So that goes back to my original question, right? Safety. If we learned the culture, we would have a little bit more edge on safety.
Not
if
really.
We knew, but hold on, here's why. Again, here's why. If I say it right now in English, fire, robbery, or murder, everybody in here will understand what I just said. But if I said it in Spanish, in a Spanish-speaking country, and you don't know I just said that, you don't know what's going on.
Well, that's still
how is that not an edge? That's an edge.
Yeah, but that still doesn't give you the right to kidnap and murder people. I'll give you an example. Wait, hold on 1 second. Wait 1 second. So I'll give you an example. I don't speak no Russian, but guess what? Walk around at 3, 4, 5 in the morning in Moscow. I bet you're going to get home safely because leadership starts at the top. Murder or rape someone in Russia, and Putin is going to show you with a level of brutality not even seen. You see what he's doing to Ukraine, and they didn't even attack. Wait, hold on 1 second.
To that statement that you just said, doesn't it take time to get there? So if you say, how long
it doesn't. Wait. Let me tell you why it doesn't take time. El Salvador 2-3 years ago was the most dangerous country in all of Central and South America. They got a president that even if you look like a gang member, he's going to arrest you and put you in prison forever with no trial. It's mighty funny that El Salvador is safe now and people can come out and start businesses and tourists can go there without getting kidnapped, murdered, and robbed. If Colombia gets serious and either 1, puts the death penalty, or 2, starts arresting people with no trial and putting them in jail for life, then and only then will Colombia be safe. Leadership starts at the top. Again, do this shit in Turkey with President Erdogan as president and watch the level of ruthlessness those Turkish police come in heavy-handed and cap your ass so bad or disappear you in a Turkish jail. That's why I went to Turkey with my mom, and do you know, I test my mom. I said, Mom, what's the first thing you notice about this? We're hanging out at 2, 3 in the morning in Turkey. She goes, women walking around by themselves with their headphones, not looking around. That's how you know you're in a good country. I judge a country by women walking around at night by themselves with their headphones, not with a care in the world. What that lets you know is that their president at the top of the country ain't for no bullshit. Go to Moscow. The girls do the same thing.
Okay. Let me reply to that real quick. In reference to what? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Hold on. Let me hop in here real. So I want to respond to you, V, on two parts, right? Number one, with the of course, I won't ever take away the importance of knowing the native tongue when you in the country. Important.
Sorry? Sorry?
I think BMT froze.
He froze for a minute. He'll be back.
Yeah,
Sorry?
we're just waiting on him.
It's that Wi-Fi. That
Hello? Hello?
we
And
here.
Ray,
put
he
it
froze.
We're waiting on
You gotta wait
BMT
for
to
him.
come back.
Okay.
That's very
and
important.
put it
Let
this
me
way, guys.
let me say.
I'm
Let me
going
say.
to I'm going to El Salvador
Hold on.
next after
Hold on, let me
Guatemala.
finish talking.
Hold on.
Hold on,
He's
hold
back.
on. Let
Oh,
me finish talking.
he's
Let me
back.
finish talking real quick.
Guys.
Oh, I'm out. Okay, hold up. I'm almost on my point. My internet's all over. I apologize, family.
Guys.
As far as the government is concerned, it is very insulting when a tourist gets murdered or robbed in your country, right? Especially when it makes the public news of the foreigner's country. So in essence, like let's say if America, like let's just say Trump got in office and something happened to an American, then what Trump will probably do is stop the aid because we got a lot of American aid money going to Colombia every year. So the first thing he would do is say, "Oh, 10 this year to a Latin American country." He's going to say, "Oh shit, hold up, let's fix this shit." So those are some of the things. I just want to point those two things out, and I'm gonna let y'all have it. Go ahead.
I'm gonna say. Let me say something right quick. When I went to Medellin in 2017, there was none of this mess going on. I mean, there was no black Americans. There was a bunch of white guys here and there from other countries. There wasn't. We weren't there. We won on ground.
It
But
was
now,
like that in 2022 when I went there.
with 2020, exactly 2022. Imagine from then to now. You know what I'm saying? All this smoke and all this exposure. But I'm gonna say we have resources that we can use. To V's point, we have resources. I joined BMT's group long time ago on Facebook. It was the biggest travel passport bro group then, and we all used to post. I remember I was in Mexico in 2019 and I posted 2020 and I posted in that group. So we can use each other, right? We post, we tell each other what's going on. We have the app. We have the app now, BMT. We have the app now, right? We can use each other to be safe in these countries. We're all over the place.
Yes.
I moved to West Africa because I didn't want to be where any of these ninjas were. I just wanted to
Thank
be
you.
away from
Thank you.
everybody. And
Thank
I'm
you.
good. I'm good. I'm telling you right now. I'm in
Guys.
Lagos,
Guys.
Nigeria. Ain't
I'm
nobody
a very-
robbing me.
So
Ain't
do you
nobody
think
robbing
that
me.
The
do you
passport model,
think
we
that
got to do
now?
an interview,
Oh,
bro,
sorry.
because I've heard a lot of sketchy things about Nigeria as well. So one day we got to do an interview real soon, bro.
We do.
What,
you
what are you
guys-
saying? I'm from Nigeria.
You are? I'm
You
staying
say
in
we
Lagos.
talk about Nigeria. What do you mean?
I'm in Lagos.
I've been
I'm in Victoria Island. I'm in
Omo
Lagos.
Yoruba ni mi o.
down by the
Oh,
airport
really?
for $100. That's what I've been told.
BMT,
That's what I've
let's do this. Let's do this interview, and I'm gonna tell you everything you need to know. I've been
Omo
here.
Yoruba ni mi o. Don't say that about Nigeria, eh?
So what I wanted to say was to double back to everything. And when you spoke about El Salvador, it took a while to get everything corrected, and kind of to what BMT just said. And I was literally going to say this, right? If shit starts getting worse and we start hammering down, they're going to change. Right now, this is the beginning stages because what would you say within the last 10 years, give or take? It's becoming a boom for us black men to start getting outside of the United States and travel to these other countries in a bigger pack, right? So, prior to that, you had your little one-offs, military guys, a few guys who had friends who went and etc. But now it's the change. So is it now, and in my opinion, especially with this app, anything that may have happened prior, and I can't speak on anybody that's outside of black, but maybe now this app is going to teach us how to act accordingly amongst each other, right? How can me being a black man that been over there hey, this is you don't come over here. The women in this district, you might want to stay away from. Maybe try to find you kind of like BMT. I know you do, but like what's my guy name? Richie Mack from what is his name? To Pattaya. What Zoom the Thailand, thank you. Zoom. He comes on, he gives his little thing, and he says, "Hey man, this is what you want to do. If you want to find a pay for play, you can go down on Walker Street. But if you want to find a nice lady, you might want to find one that work in the mall or etc." It's like he's giving plays, and I think maybe because now we have this is part of the growing pains. Now that they've created this app, we can start helping each other out. But I am a firm believer. If wherever you go, if they're not speaking your language, you better know something. And that's something we can start pushing towards each other as black men. Learn. That's a
no-brainer though. If you want to go live in someone's country, you have to learn their culture and language. That's just how it is.
But I'm glad for this app, but I honestly don't think it's going to save as many lives as this stream, right? So yeah, the app is good, but honestly, it's people giving their personal accounts. Like, I think most people think that I'm an honest, genuine guy. And then if you don't like me or believe me, I brought my girl to tell you her story. So I think people's true accounts is what really is going to save people's lives or not. Will the app help? Yeah. But I cannot in good conscience, I don't give a damn if there's a million apps or whatever, recommend Colombia until there's a death penalty or they get a president like President Bukele in El Salvador and they start locking people up in life in prison. Until then, I cannot recommend Colombia in good conscience. I am not going to hear of another story on DC Born Rob because I gave wrong information. Brothers, stay away from Colombia. Go somewhere else with a country with a strong leader that is going to, if something should happen to you, go Old Testament on it. Like I said, show me a tourist getting murdered and robbed in Moscow. Yeah, nobody here speaks Russian. It's the language is in Cyrillic. The whole every single A, B, C, the whole thing in Cyrillic is the reverse. It doesn't happen in Russia because you have a guy at the top that ain't tolerating what goes on in South America and even in the United States. Go to places with strong leadership. Go to Poland.
We just need to spread out. We need to spread out. Can't keep going to the same places. Same place. Susua, Medellin. You gotta spread out. I
really need to give this information to everybody on the panel. The president of Colombia at the moment, Gustavo Petro. Does anyone know about M19?
The gang?
Yeah.
Well, they're big in Los Angeles.
Yeah, but the M19 in Colombia, the actual president of Colombia used to be part of the member.
What?
Oh yeah.
Damn. Wow. Right. Wow. Well, hey, that's a mic drop. We can end this whole live stream now. I mean, damn. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, I heard.
A lot of people don't know what is going on in Colombia. That is why you see. Look, M19 back in the day, this guy Gustavo Petro used to be the member.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, and that went around Colombia a lot. Let me catch the super chat real quick. Dwayne Brown with $10 super chat. He says, since the American John Polus allegedly murdered the popular Colombian DJ, I can't pronounce her last name, but Valentina, rest in peace to her, in Bogota, green light for American tourists. Some of this is self-inflicted. I think Obi did a video about that not too long ago. Red with the $5 super chat, the Yoga Anti-B Dummy Fund. Shout out to Red. The tip with the $5 super chat, B-Dub, as us speaking of criminals are shown no mercy in Russia, Turkey, and a lot of these authoritarian countries. Excuse me. El Salvador has risen too, and that goes for Bangkok too, man. Nobody wants to go to Bangkok prison, bro. Nobody. All right, let me throw you on mute real quick. Wonderful $9 where God's are in. All right. Shout out to Wonderful Travels. And we got my man Drew G with $9.99 in Super Chat. Says, can you answer the Houston guys question? And I think the only person that was on that panel is actually that can answer you is actually Beta. Is Beta. All right. So Beta, do you want to answer that real quick? Because I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up soon.
I'm sorry. I was talking to my girl real quick. I'm sorry. What was the question?
He was moving after he didn't have armed security.
Wait, your internet is bad. You keep fading out. Is something about armed security?
Yeah. Do you think he was? The super chat asked, do you think he was moving properly?
Not really, because like I said, though, if you really try and dig down who owns those companies, or if I run up on them with an AK-47, do you honestly think that security guard is not gonna lay his weapon down and allow me to do whatever I need to do to you? If you're going to a country that is so fucked up, dangerous and shitty and full of that much fucking poverty, where you need armed security to pick you up at an airport and drop you off or do anything, you should probably reconsider. That's the first thing. Second of all, if you do need armed security, buy American, I.E, Blackwater, DGI, or some French or Turkish or Polish private security firm. You don't use the firms down there. You use real mercenaries like Blackwater, DGI, and others. Okay, so I would, if I were in Colombia right now, I wouldn't even hire a Colombian private security. I would buy American, with the best, most expensive American armed private security that will pop a cap in your ass even if you look wrong, because they have diplomatic immunity, which makes them untouchable. All that would happen to them is that they would have to leave Colombia, and then they would go open up operations somewhere else. Ninjas, Google diplomatic immunity, okay? If the company that you're working with, their agents or their security team doesn't have diplomatic immunity, you should probably reconsider working with them. You notice when Blackwater put those 13 people in Iraq in the ground, you notice not one of those Blackwater security guards went to jail, nothing. They all walked. That's
question, B-Dub.
Yes, sir.
I'm Yoga. I'm one of the guys when I guess I was just trying to learn more from you, and you start saying, well, you broke and all of that. I wasn't trying to troll you, brother. When you said something as when you told us, think about, we listening to everything you saying, B-Dub. We not dissing you. I'm listening. I'm listening. I'm listening in and out, because you were friends with the Asian comedian guy. He made national news here in the States. So when you could say, well, I told him, well, you said the girl he was dealing with, she was trying to trick with you. She was trying to get you to, trick on her. And my question is, did you tell him immediately, like, hey, you think this is a real relationship you got? You said that he'd been talking to the girl over 8 months. He met off a Tinder, and he had been building a relationship. Did you alert him, B-Dub, that the girl was trying to trick with you? To let him know that, hey, this ain't not a real relationship? Did you do that?
Yeah, I mean, I let him know multiple times that,
So you told him that the girl trying to get at you, for the money, trying to, work with you.
No, she was trying to introduce me, quote unquote, to some of her friends. So I don't know if it was necessarily tricking with me or trying to get me to trick with her friends. I don't want to speculate on. I don't know. But I did tell him to stay away from her and people like that, and to stay away from Medellin. In fact, that was my conversation with him. And him and I actually started talking less and less, I think, because he got tired of me telling him to stay out of Colombia, meet me in Lima.
B-Dub, why did you go back to Colombia a second time?
Okay, that's a great question. I answered it earlier, but I'll answer it again for you. I went back a second. I went back a second time because before I, for example, started coming on YouTube and speaking my story, I wanted to have a second time account, because maybe I was thinking the first time might have been a fluke. So I
you
decided
got drugged the first time, right?
Correct. I did.
All right, tell us this, boy. Tell me this, B. I want to learn from this. How did the girl drug you? Because I know it looked like you pay attention to your surroundings. You watch the women. How did she get you, or did you find out how she got you?
Well, I thought we were friends. So this happened maybe 2.5 years ago when I met BMT. You know, because like I said, nowhere in the world is infiltration,
Well, how long
deception.
did you knew her for 2 years before she drugged you?
No, 2 weeks, sir. So you gotta stop speaking and let me speak, because I've already already went through this long scenario and I'm explaining again. So I'm gonna do it again, but I'm not gonna do it a third time. Known her for roughly 2 weeks. We met in Cartagena, then we went to Medellin. She made me some food and a smoothie, and in the smoothie, I assume, is where the drugs were put in. Okay, it knocked me out. Fortunately, I lived. And number two, she only stole $200 from me. She could have stolen my laptop and all of my other shit. She just took the cash and booked out. Okay.
So after that happened, did you tell any of your friends or anybody in the WhatsApp groups or whatnot?
Yeah, I told all of my friends. Once again, DC born Rob will attest to. I told him. I sent him pictures of the girl and another guy I know. Hold on 1 second, sir. Let me finish. Danger the hookup is actually a friend of mine. I known Danger for a couple of years now. Okay, and I'm sorry. So Danger the hookup knows this girl, and he's the one who told me she's not even at the anywhere in Cartagena anymore. She's in America. So as soon as
you went back after this situation, you went back. That's what the second trip. Yeah. Then when you
I went back because before I started telling the whole world to stay away from there, I wanted one more experience there to make sure that I'm not prejudging or that I'm not discriminating against the country. Now,
hold on. I gotta ask you this man to man. So you telling me you got drugged in the smoothie, in the fruit smoothie, and you had to go back to make sure it just wasn't a fluke?
Yoga. I got scammed.
I already said that I went after. Wait. Hold on. Let me tell you something. I went there a second time, one, to make sure it wasn't a fluke, but two, I was going to Brazil after, and number three, I was going to Argentina after. Okay, the flight to Brazil, which you probably don't know, is brutal. So I was stopping in Medellin because you can do, Cartagena was the first stop again, and then Bogota and Medellin and Santa Marta. Okay, so I was stopping in Brazil for 3 months and Argentina for another month. Okay, so I wanted to stop.
So you didn't think it was dangerous? You didn't think it was dangerous still going out meeting new girls in the new country?
Wait, I already told you I thought it was dangerous. I told Danger the hookup. I told DC born Rob and all of my friends.
You went back again. But you went back again.
Yoga, it doesn't matter.
I got
scammed in Mexico. I went back 4 times.
Hold on. But I'm not going back a third time, sir. I told you. I went the first time some shit happened. I went the second time some shit happened. I'm not going back a third. So how much more clear can I?
Okay, Big Dub, B-Dub. It don't sound like you too smart after the first time. That's definitely was the wrongest decision you can make.
You trolling, Yoga. Come on, man.
Well, nothing happened to me the second time. In fact, the second time, nothing happened to me.
Also, when you jump out of the car, that was on the first trip also?
No, the first trip is when shit went sideways. The second trip, nothing happened to me because I had learned from the first time.
You said you had to jump out of the car.
Wait, let me finish,
you said you had to jump out of the car.
Hey, let me finish. You're not gonna talk over
when did
me
you jump out of the car?
looking like a goddamn fucking prisoner. You're not gonna overtalk me, you spirit flying motherfucker. Let me finish my point. First time is when all of this shit happened.
First trip or the second trip?
Hey, shut your broke ass up. Again, you're living in a fucking shithole. Where's your girl at, nigga? You don't have one. So shut the fuck up when I'm talking and let me finish. The first time nothing happened to me. Yeah, and that's a renter girl. Does she even speak English? No, she don't speak no English.
Talk to him.
Yes, I speak English.
Speak Spanish to him.
Y yo hablo español
Yeah,
también.
exactly. And that's a
Both
rent a girl.
languages.
That ain't your
Hold on.
girl.
Hold
And
on.
we
That ain't your girl.
definitely ain't living in no shithole, because that's not
Yeah.
how I roll.
Well, hey,
Exactly.
that, you ain't his
You
girl. How much?
emotional nerd trick. You
Now,
emotional
whatever.
nerd
I look
trick.
better than you,
And you
nigga.
can't answer the real questions that I'm asking you.
Hey,
You an emotional
log
nerd
into your
trick.
bank statement,
You an
homeboy.
emotional nerd trick. That's
No,
what you are.
hey,
You won't even
we're-
answer
hey,
the questions like a
hey,
man.
and you look like
When
an
did you
ape,
jump out of the
so it
car?
don't
The
matter.
first trip or the second trip? When did you jump out of the car? The first trip or the second trip? You say you jumped out of the car in Colombia. First trip or second trip?
Look, I've already
And you
explained this.
went back.
First
And you
trip.
went back after having to jump out of a car. You went back to Colombia. You idiot. You're an
Well,
idiot.
no, you're
You're
an
an idiot.
idiot, and you look
No,
like
you're
an
an
ape
idiot
with
for
your
going back.
broke ass.
And
Man,
you
shut
got
your
kidnapped
broke
and you
ass
went back.
up, you stupid
You
clown. I ain't
no,
going
we're
back a
not broke.
third time, nigga. So it don't matter.
I'm not a nigga.
I ain't gonna
I'm not
make
a
the
nigga.
same mistake.
I'm not.
Okay, guys. Okay, guys. Okay.
That was too much, man. That's it. Should I use this trolling, man?
It don't matter, dude.
We're trying to keep it positive, man. Let's keep it positive, man.
It don't look, guys.
Yes.
My first trip,
right,
well, I just want to make this clear. My first trip, look,
You don't
it
even
was
have to
dangerous.
explain. You ain't got to
My
explain.
second time, everything went fine. You know why? Because I didn't associate with any Colombians. I only kicked it with Americans. In fact, if you're in Medellin, go to the expat community at Sweet Georgia Cafe, either the one in Berlin or the one in El Poblado. Meet your expat community, keep them close to you, meaning when you're hanging out, they're with you. You have them check on you every day. The difference between my first time and my second trip to Colombia was I did not associate with any Colombians, only expat community, period. That was the difference. Because those people are really good at playing the long game. They will infiltrate you and they will deceive you. That's why second time I didn't associate with no Colombians. That was the difference in my first trip and the second.
Okay, B-Dub. Okay, I got you, bro. All right, so guys, I'm gonna go ahead and we got 427 in the room. That is like maybe like a record. I appreciate all you guys. I want to give the guest the last word because the show this was his show. I got you on the email, bro. We're gonna do a show. All right. Appreciate you coming on,
man.
bro. And
subscribe to my channel, the Passport Model. You know what I'm saying? Peace.
Hey, so where are you from? Where are you from exactly?
Florida.
Florida.
Yeah, Florida. My parents are Nigerian, so I'm here.
Everyone could see and hear me. Yeah, this clown, a broke ass prison looking motherfucker gonna run his mouth to me. I swear to God, he looks like he just got out of Sing Sing. Are you kidding me? And he's with some rent-a-girl gonna try and talk shit to me. Unbelievable.
Okay, hold on. Prince $20 was $20 super chat, man. Appreciate that. He says, "Come on, fellas, let's be respectful and address one another like adults." Shout out to BMT. Shout out to Staten Island, son. All right, shout out my man Prince, man. Appreciate that super chat, my brother. All right, go ahead, B-Dub. We're gonna go ahead and your last closing statements, bro. So we go ahead in the show. And I appreciate you coming on, spend some time with us.
Yeah, no. And hold on, sweetheart, tell everybody bye.
Bye.
So in closing, what I was trying to say is I went back for a second time. And the difference was I didn't associate with any Colombians, only the expats. I met all the expats at Sweet Georgia Cafe, the Berlin one, and in the El Poblado one. Okay, and I noticed that my trip went no issues. Okay, I didn't meet or associate with any girls, no guys, nothing, unless they were Americans or another one of my boys I met, good friend of mine. He's actually born and raised in New York, but he's French. I only kicked it with them and them only. Everywhere I went, they were with me. Everywhere they went, I was with them. It is a country that you cannot let your guard down at any moment. This is why I'm never going back. Why spend your money to a place where you have to watch your back that much. Okay, it's just not worth it. There's much more beautiful country. Man, Turkey makes Colombia look like dog shit, guys. Honestly, go to Greece, the Greek Isles. You don't have these problems over there. Yeah, it's going to cost you more in your flight, but guess what? You're going to make it home to your friends and your family and your church community that love you. And I love you. And I want you to get home and be safe. Keep living your best life. Okay, but the odds are you keep going to Colombia, your life is going to be ended sooner than you planned. And I've used 2 examples of 2 guys I met in the 2 times I went who are no longer here. My second time to Colombia, I met 2 in Medellin, and guess what? He's no longer here. Okay. So, I mean, I can't be more direct and honest. And my girl told you her story. I can't be more direct and honest and upfront than I have been today. And I'm sorry if I had to go off on that guy, but I'm not going to allow somebody that looks like he just got out of Sing Sing prison to disrespect someone whose grandfather worked for the Nixon administration and someone who has a damn bachelor's degree and is on his way to get an international business master's degree, who's looking at the beautiful ocean and got a fine ass girl who isn't a rent-a girl going to disrespect me. Okay, I'm only here to save lives. Notice I'm not asking you for no donations, no consultations. I don't even have a doggone YouTube. So you want to believe that clown, these other clowns over me and my girl? No, that's not it. God came to give you peace and a sound mind. And listening to these clowns is not going to give you peace. And it damn sure means you don't have a sound mind. And with that, me and my girl with her fine ass, we out. Say bye, baby. We out. Bye. We love y'all. And you hating broke ass spirit flying motherfuckers, we ain't in the same league, you broke ass ninjas. I'll slap the shit out of you with my wallet. We out. Peace.
All right, man. Another very entertaining show. I think I got everything. Let's see. Shout out to my man Green Lantern 81 with $9 super chat. He says Yoga is trash. I believe B-Dub all day 100. We got my man Lennar. He's also becoming a YouTube member. Appreciate that. And I got some new content coming for the members also, man. I got some new content coming for you guys. All right. Wonderful Travels with the $4.99 super chat says Urkel is spazzing out right now. All right. So guys, once again, been an excellent show. And we out.
We have a problem with black women. It's a reason to go over to take advantage of women who are not financially stable. You go over here to find somebody who's going to treat you like a king.
Download now on the App Store and Google Play.
Passportbros, your ultimate travel companion. Download the app for free and embark on a journey where your adventures not only become unforgettable memories, but also opportunities to earn. With Passportbros, your travel content is more than just photos and videos. It's your ticket to a fully monetizable network of like-minded adventurers. Imagine making money from your travel stories. Post videos, share your experiences, and let the world be a part of your journey. But that's not all. Connect with travelers from around the globe, join co-ed groups, and make lasting friendships, perhaps even with foreign women who share your passion for exploration. And here's the best part. Store your earnings securely in your Passportbros wallet. No hassle, no worries. Just seamless transactions wherever your travels take you. Looking for the best local experiences? Passportbros has got you covered. Get personalized recommendations for tour guides, rentals, and the hottest clubs in town. Did we mention the app is absolutely free to download? That's right. Your passport to a world of adventure is just a click away. And here's the cherry on top. With Passportbros, you can make money while exploring new places. Turn your passion for travel into a source of income, right from your mobile device. So what are you waiting for? Download Passportbros now, share your journey, connect with fellow explorers, and let the adventure begin.
Download now on the App Store and Google Play.